Hi everyone, and welcome to this evening when we're having a bit of a look at Canvas, which will be the first time a lot of parents and caregivers have seen Canvas. And I guess I was thinking, or we were thinking, that it might be best to show you some of the features of Canvas rather than just tell you about them and show you screenshots on a PowerPoint presentation. So this is a recording that we've recorded prior to this evening to show you two things: what students see, but also what parents and caregivers can see within Canvas. So at the moment I am logged in as a student. I'm actually logged in as my son, who is in year 2, but he's enrolled in a test course of mine. So this is what a student will see when they log into Canvas. There's a range of things you can see here. These little tiles are for the different courses that students are enrolled in. Now the courses are pretty much just the classes that they are enrolled in. So for example, this course here is the test course that this particular student is enrolled in. So if I select that, then that takes me to that course that teacher has made available for me. But we'll have a look at that in a little bit more detail later. On the right over here you can see a range of things. Here's an assignment that I've set within that course. So this student sees that they've got that assignment that's due, and they can click on that assignment and submit it. So submit assignment, just submit the file, much like that. So it's an easy process to submit tasks. You can see that this particular student has got an excursion coming up, Heritage Museum excursion. This assignment is also coming up, and you can also see here some recent feedback. Now this is fictional data. Obviously a year 2 student hasn't been completing my year 10 PE course, but this is how it appears to students. So you can see that test 1, 42 out of 48, badminton 69.8 out of 84. And if I want to look at that in a more detailed way, or if this student wants to look at that in a more detailed way, they go to that course, and then they can see the grades that they've been achieving. Now, I really like this screen for kids, and I've seen them working through it, and over a course of a term or a semester, using this information to try and work out what they need on their other assessment tasks to achieve a certain grade by the end of a term or a semester. So for example, you can see here this first assignment's the one that's been set, so there's no score here yet. Badminton, that's been assessed, 69.8 out of 84. The exam hasn't happened yet, and just the first test here, 42 out of 48, has happened. Now if you scroll down to the bottom here, you'll notice that the different assignment groups are here. We haven't done an assignment yet, so that's not applicable, but you can see it's worth 20% of the final grade. We've done one of the 3 practical tasks, and 69.8 out of 84 was 83.1%. And we've done one test, which is 10% of the final grade, and that's 87.5%, the score on that one particular test. So at the moment, based on the work this student has completed within this course and the course weightings that were entered, he can see that he's on currently 83.72, and that's something that we've found to be really powerful with students as they've progressed through a course. Them being able to see what they have completed, the scores that they've achieved, and try and sort of fast track that into the future. What do I need to achieve in different tasks to achieve the overall grade that I'm looking for? So that's something that's been really powerful with students at this point. So if I go back and I look at my course, just give you a bit of an overview of what students are likely to be doing within their courses. So this is the syllabus page of this particular course. Provides a bit of an outline for general information about the course. There are links here to key resources that students need within that particular course. And then there's a range of other things here as well. So if we click on announcements, you'll see some of the announcements that have been put out there to students. A really good way of getting announcements out to students, and even at home. They're checking Canvas and making sure they're not missing anything. The assignments that students are completing are listed here as well. They can access them from there as I make them available to them. Discussions, different discussions that I might want to put up through Canvas. We've looked at marks, the marks for this particular course. Pages are really good in that I can create a page if there's something in particular that I want students to look at. So there's a practical page here with YouTube links embedded. So some of the students come in and they're not quite sure what European handball is. So there's a YouTube clip here on European handball. There's a YouTube clip here on the men's badminton singles final at the London Olympics. Same with volleyball and same with touch football. So students can check out what elite performance looks like within the different practical units that they are completing. Files. There's a lot of files that I make available to students within this particular course, and they can access them here. And also we tend to use quizzes a lot. I tend to like to use them just as a really quick form of formative assessment to see if kids have understood what they needed to understand as we've looked at content throughout a course. And you can see that this student has taken the first quiz. It's a really quick quiz, and you can see that they got 8 out of 12 on that quiz, and they can take it again. But yeah, quizzes are a really nice feature within Canvas as well. Now if I go back to my dashboard, probably another feature that will help students to be organised a little bit better is the calendar. So here you can see the excursion that's coming up, and also the exercise physiology assignment as well. So in time, students may start to rely on the Canvas calendar more so than their diary, but for the moment we're certainly insisting that students are using both in an effort to organise themselves. And the inbox, so that allows students to send essentially an email to their teachers if they've got a question that they need to ask that they can't ask a teacher about in person. So that's what a student sees when they log into Canvas. So now I'm going to look at a slightly different screen. What I've done now is I've logged in as this particular student's mother. Okay, so now you get to see what a parent sees. And you can see, for example, that fitness testing assignment that we looked at before is here for that parent as well. And they're able to go in, and if they can access the link that the teacher's made available, they can access that assignment as well. So parents and caregivers are now going to be able to keep track of what's happening through Canvas. So that's something that I know a great deal of parents and caregivers will be extremely happy about. And if I go into view grades, again, this is something that I know a lot of parents and caregivers are going to find really useful, and that view that the students saw before is available for parents as well. So not only are students going to be able to track their performance over the course of a term or a semester, but parents are going to be able to do that as well. So we should be in a situation where there are no surprises come a report card, because we're all in a position where we can track performance over the course of a term or a semester. And also everything that student saw within their course is pretty much available to parents as well. So all the information that I've made available here, the files that I made available earlier, there for parents and caregivers available here as well. The announcements that I've put out to students, they are available for parents and caregivers as well. So the courses, everything that teachers make available for students is largely available for parents here as well. The calendar that we looked at earlier, I'll just go back into the dashboard for a second, but the calendar that we looked at earlier, again, that's available for parents. So listing the assignments that students have got due, and the excursions that they might have, and the different events that are on at different times, that's there for them as well. And also the inbox feature, or the inbox function, will be useful for parents. It will allow parents to send a quick message through to teachers when they feel like they need to. So hopefully that has given you a bit of a feel for, number one, how students are using Canvas, and number two, how parents and caregivers are able to use Canvas as well, just to know what it is that students are doing, what they have got coming up, what's due, when they're going on excursions, what grades they're achieving within their different subjects as well. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of a visual aid of what happens in Canvas at the moment.